Go! Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. Cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get the topic straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Everybody, how you doing? This is your boy Tig once again for another episode of Project Open Mic. This is basically the end of the year. Ain't gonna be nothing fancy, nothing long, but we're going to just do just a reflection of 2001 before we head into 2022. Of course, hope everybody's doing well. First, let me put my lovely mug on the screen. How you guys doing? This is your boy Tig. And yeah, I have a special guest with me, but it is what it is.
Hi, everyone.
So we work with that. So if you see me looking this way, it's because I have a special guest that right now.
And correction, 2021, not 2001.
2021.
You're taking
yes.
us way back.
Whatever.
You gonna give him my name?
Yes. Well, I can call you the new double A.
Asa.
What?
I can be Asa.
Asa?
My first, middle, and last
Okay,
initial.
Asa. All right. Well, Asa, she says. You've seen
That
her.
can also be my gaming
Okay.
name.
You say you've seen her before, but like I said, I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Again, I'm not gonna go. I have plenty of videos, plenty of stuff to talk about, but I will chuck that into 2022. All right. So, but 2021 has been a unique year. So for me, I'm just gonna basically generally reflecting on what has happened in 2021, and of course, so I just want to get the stuff out of the way, which will be, yes, we have the diseases, we have what's going on. I know I want to first say to those out there that who lost family members to COVID and other stuff, because it's not only just COVID that happened. A lot of people lost their life because a lot of hospitals didn't do cancer tests.
Major surgery.
Or they call them elective surgeries, which is not a good thing. Hell, and there's still people dying from the flu.
Correct.
But we all hang. I think sometimes, and Asa has told me myself too. Sometimes when I've known her from what she tells me, when I focus on something, I'm tunnel vision. I do miss stuff, and I think that's where we are right now.
Yeah, that's a great way to sum that up. We definitely had we had a government that had tunnel vision, and unfortunately, a lot of Americans suffered because of that. I remember being at the office one day, and it was a woman who had a very severe condition with her eyes. It has something to do with her thyroid. I forget the name of it, but anywho, she had some very serious health problems, and her eyes was at the top of the list, and she was due to have this surgery right in the midst of the very brink of COVID when it was first being known in the States. And she couldn't have the surgery. And then it shifted from her not being able to get in and get the surgery scheduled to her even being fearful to go into the hospital because, you know, the hospital was kind of painted as like the death trap scene, so to speak. So it just kind of painted a picture to me as to how much of a rock and a hard place situation this the past 2 years have been in our healthcare system with COVID. You know, we've got people, hospitals that are short of staff, and then you've got people who are dealing with conditions outside of COVID that need immediate attention. Then you've got people who are not wanting to go to the hospital because they don't want to quote unquote catch COVID in there because, you know, you've got all of these numbers that they're reporting. So it was just a tough situation.
Yeah, and with that, we had other missed problems as again, just to put it in spot. Andrew Cuomo, Meg Whitman, and Gavin Newsom, which of course they get the
You piece of loser.
of course. They also took COVID patients and put them with the seniors, and like in Cuomo's case, 15,000 people died. That should have never happened. But everybody was worried about the whole, you know, he being touchy women. Again, bad, whatever. I mean, that's bad, but the 15,000 you can't replace those lives. Those are what more important to me. And his little piece of person should be in jail. Should not be out. Yeah. He should be in jail. Him, Richard, and Newsom. They all should be in jail. You took COVID patients and put them in senior homes where they're the most vulnerable.
Right. So, a population that should have been protected.
And then, you know, of course, Hollywood, as weird as they are, gave him an Emmy for saying, oh, he did a great job in the pandemic. That's a great job.
Oh, no.
Of course, that was not a great job. It's a horrible job. But, hey, it is what it is. But that is the overall, like the main thing that popped up in 2021. Sadly, there's more vaccines given in 2021, and more people died from COVID than in 2020. And now we have this Omicron variant, the boogeyman now, which is what viruses do. And I did heard our president said nobody predicted this. I did. I could show you multiple videos. I said this thing's gonna mutate to go this way.
Right, because that's what a virus
does. But he said nobody saw that coming. I'm like, okay, wow, okay, all right. Well, you didn't see, even though when you was on the campaign, you said you're gonna stop COVID, and I blame him and Trump on this. It's like, you ain't stopping this. You ain't. We're gonna have to live with this.
Right.
It sucks, but we're gonna have to live with this. And the death rate, as I did in 2 shows, that was, I think, a couple shows back when I did a death rate of 0.002%.
Right.
Look, again, for all the people who died from it, I feel bad for those people and your family. You have my empathy and sympathy with that, because nobody want to die from a virus, whatever. I'm being careful around my aunt. I'm being careful around my grandmother. I know, Ace is doing the exact same thing.
I have family members that mean the world to me that are more vulnerable to this virus. But like I said, whatever take you have on this virus, it definitely has the ability to affect every person in the United States, as divided as we might be on the subject of it. But science is science. It is a virus. Viruses do mutate. Viruses do not evaporate in the air. Our bodies do become immune to them. Yes, that this virus has been deadly for some, and when I say some, that's not to say, oh, it's just a few people in the population. No, it has had some deadly consequences, but it is a virus. So like you said before, that was an inaccurate statement for our president to make, that you didn't see this coming. That's just what a virus does. It does mutate. It will, because it's trying to survive.
That's basically it. And I've said about it again. And the Omicron is not a scary thing, but we have already done, as you see, there's already done shutting down flights and canceling flights and all kind of stuff. So and you know what? I want to tell my little story before I get into the proper beef and meat of this story thing. So let's go with this. I'm in North Carolina, so I went to the government free COVID thing that they do. Now, here's the thing. When my grandmother and my cousin went to this thing in May, they did it a whole different way. They give you scan something, you put in all your information. They did the test themselves, put it away, and you were done. Took about no more than 10 minutes at the most because it was 2 people. So maybe 5 minutes per person. It was my grandmother and my cousin. That's it. Well, I went today, so now they said obviously you have to have an appointment. All right, I got an appointment. That makes sense. Okay, so I put in my appointment. I put in my address, my race. Why am I doing this? My phone number, text to verify, email, all that stuff. I did all that stuff. All right. They gave it a nice QR code. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. They said, hey, go there and just show it. I don't think it's just like what happened to my cousin and grandma. Went to the place. They came. There was a line, but people was there, and they scanned the QR code. I'm like, they said, you are registered. Good, all right. Then they came and gave me the test in the car. Now, this is why I'm a libertarian. Okay. Remember, I have said this from the get-go beginning. Just give us the true numbers. And I know why we never gonna get the dang true numbers. Because now they're giving a test to us.
Right.
So I had to take the test. Now, I took the test the right way. But who says somebody's going to, if they want to cheat the system, they're going to just spit on it, do whatever, put it back in there and whatever. Who said it? It's nobody's watching me doing the test.
I mean, the test is pretty much the equivalent to a strep throat test, but up your nose.
Yeah.
And a strep throat test is done in a doctor's office by a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
But this, of course, is just handed to you, or you just use it as best as you can. So yes, it is. There are a lot of variables with this test.
Yeah, so that's one of the variables. So again, how you get true numbers if you don't know if you're on the honor system? And let's be honest, not all people are honest. Okay, that's the truth. So I did my swab, put it up there for 5 seconds, twist, 5-second twist. Okay, good. Put it back in the tube, do what exactly the bag says. I drove up to the lady, and she's like, okay, you finished? I'm like, yes. Caveat, they give us the whole instructions on this hard copy paper and a pen. And I put everything back in the bag, thinking, okay, you know what, you can wipe the pen off. You've seen it. You've gone to other stores or whatever to wipe the pen off, whatever.
Right.
Didn't want the pen back. And then the paper, which is to tell you the instructions, I was like, put it in there so you can reuse it. Government being environmental, just that. Nope. He said, no, take the paper out of the pen out. I'm like, there's wastefulness. That's the government. Anyway, got to the lady. The lady said, did it stuff? I said, yes. She's like, okay, you registered? I say, yes. You have the scan? I say, I showed her the thing. And she's like, no, you scan on the bottle. I'm like, yeah. I have to scan on the bottle. No, because that's gonna tell you your phone address, your race, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, that's what this is for. That's what you guys told me to register with. She said, no, you gotta do it again. I'm like, what? So I had to go scan for a second time. I drove out of the line and wrote and go do that and filled the same thing out for a second time, which is.
This is feeling like a DMV experience, right?
Basically, and I did that. And that went from 4:30 until 5:10. Oh. So it was 5 minutes with my grandma when they did it before, right. But now they switched it. And the lady, credit to the lady. I'm not gonna lie. The credit to the lady. She said, I don't like it. I don't know why they changed it up to do it this way. Bureaucracy. That's why. Uh-huh. That's why. And it annoyed the heck out of me. It really did. So that right there is just stunning to how this started out. But like I said, COVID was the big thing this year. We have the variants. We have that. Like I said, sorry, Mr. President, but 2020, I said back in March, I could play the video and everything, my past podcast. It's going to mutate. It's gonna be worse in the wintertime because we don't have the sunlight. A lot of people
Right.
stay in the house a lot.
And not to forget, this is flu season.
Exactly. That's what it is. I don't. That's what it was. But people want to play that stupid game. So, okay, whatever. So, we have that. But in 2021, we had again. We have basically expanded Project Open Mic. So now we are on locals. Still trying to figure out Rumble because it is weird still. But we're on locals. We on live now. We are on Tempo FM. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitch. If I wanted to, I could just put it in the thing, but I got to. But yes.
Why? Where you can have a real live clap.
It'll be crazy if you be really on the camera, but you don't want to be. Okay. But yes. So we have that situation about we're going in the future. We're going to have more added on to this. And that's one of the things we're talking about. We're going, me and Asa, we're going to be talking about a show. We're going to do a show called T3 Life. So you guys will be privy to that. And hopefully T3 Records, the website should be back up. And we have albums coming out for T3 Records next year. So
a lot's happening.
Yes, a lot's happening. But that's for future sense, and we'll talk about it a little bit more, a little into that. But for me, right now, that was changes to the year. We've the biggest show we have had so far. We've got up to 55,000 live views.
Thank you guys.
I want to thank you guys for that. Again, that's across all platforms. Again, everybody is that. It's a blessing that you guys like what we're saying and like what we're talking about. And hopefully we'll have more and more people join on in 2022. And you will see.
Yes, I'll be live and in person.
Yes,
on camera.
Yes, I hope we'll get. And also, we're working to get, of course, Triple M back on the mic. That is one of my work. So he should be back sometime in the end of January. I hope he should be back on the mic. You heard him a while back, 2 episodes ago. But we're on side chat. Don't forget we have the side chat on it. So you see the link down there. Right now, still the only backup videos we have is on YouTube, projectopenmic.com for now. I'm trying to get Rumble. We see about BitChute. We're gonna keep on expanding and do stuff, including I also have a little of Instagram and everything else. I'll let you handle that because I ain't here. But we'll go through that. But with that all said, all right, this year, 2021, was a unique year for me as well. Now, of course, I came into this year saying, okay, my grandma's coming up, whatever. So I spent a 4 months with my closest, basically how will call it, the main family. That's just what it is. My grandmother, who God bless me, turned 94, celebrated her birthday with her. I had my mom, I had my cousin, I had my both aunts up here, the main crew, and my sister and everything. So that this year it was good to have fun with.
Had some quality family time.
Yeah, so it was good to have them around and enjoy it. And I'm blessed that I have the house that I have, that everybody slept comfortably. They're not on top of each other. They had their own beds and chilling and stuff. So I like that. Now, of course, I would say around March, I met Asa.
Yes, Asa's a girl.
You're smart. Oh Lord. Anyway, I met Asa, and she we basically a T3 life thing that we're talking about. Most of it's about relationships and everything, because you've seen what I do with the Straight No Chasers. When I talk about stuff, and I mostly talk about black women per se, but I also talk to black men because there's not many outlets for them in that regard. But I would love her to join to give her point of view on some of the Straight No Chaser stuff. And again, I've never looked for a person, and she could tell you that I don't look for a person to agree with me 100%. I don't want that. I want little back and forth, so I know changing my mind or make me think above certain things.
I
So,
think I provide that.
huh?
I think I provide that.
Yes. Okay, smart. But all right, see, you can't hear. You hear her, you can't see her because of that. That's why the mic. That's why the mic's a little sound a little
Stop
different.
it.
That's why the mic sound a
fine.
little different right now because it's an omni mode instead of cordio, so it's picking up more sounds. But yeah, but I can't say nothing. I mean, I have all great thoughts about the person, and I want to talk to the young men and young women of how we went through our relationship to get to the point where we are right now. That it felt like, I mean, we basically just a couple of days ago, our 8-month anniversary.
8-month anniversary. We celebrated it on Christmas Day.
Yeah, because we met up in March. We started talking and everything in March 25th, the March 25th, and
So now your audience can help remind you of your
ha
anniversary.
ha 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 ha. Anyway, so I have my anniversary, but my point is the T3 life is about that. We will also do other stuff like cooking and reviewing some electronics and stuff like that, and some home projects.
Home projects.
DIYs, yes.
Yes. Maybe
So-
even some reviews too, like
Yeah,
reviews on products. Because
Yeah.
you're big into
tech and stuff. Yeah, I'll do
tech
that. Yeah.
stuff and
So
appliances.
we'll be doing that with T3 Life. You'll look out for that show. T3 Life is going to be that. But I wanted, and with the Straight No Chasers, the reason I'm doing that, like Straight No Chasers, I'm trying to tell the boys, of course, men, wrap it up, blah, blah, blah. And, women also be careful who you're choosing and stuff like that. Like, again, I want the Black Americans or people who came from other countries, but I want Black people in America to thrive. And right now, there's so much things that we're playing the victims. We're not persecuting well. We're looking for too much dysfunction. That's why as you guys have seen, when I done in February, I do the Black Curse, because I swear some stuff goes a certain way and people just can't break out of that mindset. Now, unlike most people like that you see me use to show whatever, there's no systematic racism and stuff like that. Like on the conservative side and whatever, I'm like, no, there is, but it's not what people think about. Mine is like we sold ourselves to keep on staying in this statement. I literally was talking to my mother and somebody who was the same age as my sister, and my sister's thriving while that person made some decisions that make her not thriving and using the government. And I'm like, that's choices.
Yeah.
We don't need to make these choices. You don't need to go down that road. People are like, oh, I mean, you can have sex, but you don't, be careful. Nobody's all about. Have a conversation. I saw a video, which again, I would love you to react with me when this lady said, why is it with the guys, you have all this birth control and all this stuff, but when a woman actually, hey guys, about a condom, you guys don't feel weird about. I'm like, if a woman's telling me that she's talking about a condom, that makes me feel like, okay, you're a responsible person. And I was like, where is she getting that? That's not a good thing. She got it like it's a bad thing. And I know it's basically what's been teaching to these young girls and young boys. I will never, I've said it multiple times, I'll say it again, I would never stand up for a Black man, less a man, if they're doing horrible stuff, doing anything illegal, hurting people out of no occasion. I'm not standing up for that. All right, I would generalize stuff, but I would never stand up for those guys when I say black, men versus women, or black men and women and all kind of stuff. I would never stand up for that. Just ain't.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think there you lies the problem. That we've become very much a men versus women culture.
Yes.
Instead of getting back into cohabitating and finding balance and harmony together. But that's a whole nother
But the
tangent,
media, but the media is making us into this, or
Right.
that plus social media.
Yeah.
Media and social media, because again, I saw another video with this woman, and she didn't heard it, but she listened when this woman said, "We don't need a man. I got vibrators," and I'm like, "What is?
Well,
who teaches?" Because again, y'all say women, not y'all, but I'm just saying in general. They're like, oh, we don't need a man. We got computers. We got apps. I'm like, okay, let me help you, sweetheart. Who's gonna do the trash can? Who's gonna fix the sewer when it breaks? Who's pumping the oil out of the rig? And those jobs are like 99% men.
Well, even aside from that, because you can that small margin of women who may be into those type of tasks and jobs would argue against you, but science says, even science tells us that our bodies thrive just from that connection, that touch from one another. So
yeah, we're social creatures.
We're not built. God didn't build us to just be islands. We were meant to cohabitate and to be in relationships with one another. So
yes,
you're going against the grain. You know, if you have that mentality, and some people do. Some people rather be single, but that doesn't reflect the majority.
it doesn't. But here's the and what we're trying to say is yes, like excuse me, there are a lot of black people from your family that I've seen and everything. They are married for 30, like her mom and dad, 31 years. Grandpa and grandpa's what? Grandpa and mom.
60.
Yeah. So they are, and there's more people who are that. My cousin's been like almost 50 years. So there are men and women, black women who have married or whatever. The problem is though that the dysfunctional ones are is on the camera and in the social media, and that's what you hear so many times.
That would be correct.
That's what the problem is.
And that's the case for a lot of things in our culture right now. The more smaller margin of people are getting the microphone and the platform for a lot of things, but that doesn't necessarily represent people as a whole. So.
No, they don't represent people as a whole, and that's where the problem is coming with. So we have, like I said, we have a lot of men who just think this, and this, and they mess up themselves and like, you know, whatever. And they have young women who are getting themselves trapped in doing stuff as well too. So we'll talk more and more about those situations in 2022. So again, for me, it's like me and Asa to show how just to give you a positive outlook on a relationship. Again, me and her go back and forth on stuff too. We're not perfect. None of us is perfect.
No, but aside from that, when we both entered into this relationship, we were both about conversation, communication, dialogue, having topics to discuss and things to pick each other's brains about. We're those type of people. You know, that brings the meat to a relationship. You know, it's great to have little sides every now and again, a little side of mac and cheese of this, you know, going out to the movies or French fries of this, you know, just kind of hanging out. But really, when you get into the meat of building anything that's lasting and has any value, is when you dig deep into really discussing things and talking about things and having something to express and be passionate about. So absolutely, you know, enough people don't do that.
Yes. We get about 18,000 people in the building. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. This is basically like an end show again tomorrow. We're not going to do a side chat, but of course, we wish everybody out there a happy new year.
Yes, a happy and a safe new year.
New Year's, yes. So another thing happened was this year that I don't know, with the COVID and see how my family get back to their house and everything. And again, meeting Aisha, just, you know, like I said, we have videos. We already done recorded videos, so we're going to explain more and more in like as a T3 Life. You'll see it. We're going to talk about that. All right. Okay. So we had that, but we did go through some stuff we talk about for her because I want her to talk this out as well too because she went through your surgery with
oh yeah, it's funny you said that because just today so I am one of the millions of women who have suffered from fibroids. So just today, actually, on the fibroid support group page that I belong to, it was a person who reached out to me directly about the type of fibroids I had, and I looked into my notes to give them the accurate information as to the size of some of the ones that I had that they were referring to. And as I was going through my notes, that kind of put me in a state of reflecting over my 2020 year. So I was already doing that, not knowing that this was going to be the topic of your show tonight. But
Well,
yes,
it's just general.
yeah. But fibroids, if you're a woman out there and you know any women who have suffered from fibroids, or you yourself suffer from fibroids, or if you are a guy who has a spouse or a loved one, a family member who suffers from fibroids, it doesn't just take up one part of your life; it takes up your entire life. But anywho, that my fibroids definitely took up a lot of my 2021 year. It actually took up all of my 2021 year, and then some. I had been suffering from them for a couple of years, and this year it had reached a pivotal point for me, to the point where I knew I had to do something about them. I had countless iron infusions and blood transfusions, so it got to that point of where it literally had become that much of a threat to my health. So just going through this whole year, and I definitely go deeper into talking about this because this is definitely a important discussion of mine. Just going through all of that in this year of 2021 and getting to the end of this road here of literally having being symptom free of fibroids, that has summed up quite a lot for me. You know, I went from the time when we met to literally feeling like the woman with the issue of blood in the Bible, to, you know, just being fed up of going back and forth to the hematologist office, to having MRIs to see where my fibroids were and how big they were, to having surgeries, to thankfully coming out on the other side of the surgeries going well, to now being symptom free. So this year has been it's, you know, not to sound cliche, but it's definitely been a year of thankfulness for me. I've literally started off with the worst of the symptoms to now feeling the best that I felt in a couple of years.
That's good. And it's something that we're going to expand on and do that. But that was part of our relationship too, as well, as I was being there for her. And she was, you know, in that time when she was going through that.
Yes.
And I know
And
it
that
wasn't.
was a discussion in itself, you know, starting a relationship with someone while you're dealing with all of that, and, you know, not wanting to just bring all of that to the table, but you really, you know, it's kind of unavoidable. But that really helped to solidify what we had and what we wanted, and how serious this was for the both of us. You've been a huge support person in my life, and this right here has shown up. They said it, you know, things like this. They say things, you know, things come to test your relationship. They come to make it or break it. And I think that this definitely tested and helped build us. Not just having the symptoms, but I joke with him all the time, you know, when you're and a lot of women know this, you know, when you're dealing with something like this that is affecting your reproductive system, before you kind of get to the stage of removing them and having surgery, they try all these sorts of things, and I try to stay holistic and natural with things. So I really held off on doing a lot of hormonal treatments as long as I could. But ironically, here I am, single all these years, and now I finally meet this man that I've been praying for, and now I'm on all of these like hormone supplements that has got me grouchy and irritable, and I'm just snapping, and I'm like, really? So when you kind of see all of that over the years, over the months for us, I laugh back at it now. There were times where I was like, oh my God, he's gonna go running for the hills.
She didn't get that crazy, but she overthinked it. So, yeah. But yes, I mean, I know what I was getting into. I mean, and we are very very good with our best as we can. Not 100%, but still very good on our communication and
yes.
also on our transparency on what's going on.
Right.
Because I know that there's times and I overthink things when I was like, okay, I'm trying to explain stuff. I'm sharing my past, which is, a lot of women, not of women, a lot of people don't want to hear a person's past per se, but just so they understand that I'm not here to play games. I know what it was going through, what I went in the past to, and I'm here dating with a purpose.
That became our mantle, our banner, so to speak. Dating with a purpose.
Yes.
You were here for love.
Oh, Lord. Good grief.
As the commercial says.
Yeah, as the commercial says. Got you. But yes, that's just what it was in the situation. So that was more of me just seeing and enjoying, uh, even with, like I said, with my past, and just find somebody who is genuine and who is not only genuine but traditional in certain aspects, but compliments me in a way that I feel like I have a good path going forward with this. So I myself felt good in many ways. So, but that right there was something that she was going through, and I'm happy she's past that. And there's something we're gonna be talking about more about that, because there's a lot of women. She stated a lot of women suffer from. A lot of people suffer from this.
And one thing that I'm noticing is that many women suffer from it and have come to the conclusion that they know what it is, but a lot of times there's just not enough dialogue and conversation amongst women as to what to do. First, for like what stage of your life you're in, like what do you want to do about it, what options are out there. Believe it or not, there are a lot of physicians and gynecologists that don't make that known to you. They kind of everybody has their own take on it, but so that's definitely something that's near and dear to my heart, and we'll definitely be opening up the floor and discussing that in the future.
Exactly. And of course, another thing that we celebrated as this year, that was in milestones, just like I said, her parents had, COVID messed it up last year, but this year they celebrate 31st anniversary, and they, gave your mom
Yes.
her own wedding, and
Yes.
it was very special. And also she became a homeowner this year as well too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You became a homeowner this year.
So much.
So
yes.
For her, she became a homeowner. She, experiencing life and doing stuff. Now a lot of people's like, well, yeah, I'm taken away from her home now, but hey, but no, in a serious note, no, she experienced stuff, and for me, it's like, okay, work is a certain way, working on this channel and this podcast and the viewerships as I see you guys are doing, which is good, and I thank you guys for all the comments and the well wishes and everything. Of course, you can also send anything to projectopenmic@gmail.com. I know I've not been checking it up lately as frequently as I want. It's overbursting with stuff, so I gotta keep it there and there. But I keep sending the podcast, the comments. We'll check it out again. If you want to help us, subscribe on YouTube. We, like I said, you don't have a big subscriber on there. And a lot of the views, most of the views come from overseas with Project Open Mic and Live Now and Live Now stuff. And we're gonna also get more shows that's gonna go into Japan and all kind of stuff. That's I'm working in the background about that. But building this up was part of my repertoire of this year. Hopefully next year it'll turn into something more. You guys could help us out with that if you like what we're talking about. And for me, that's it. I have my little frustrations. 2021 has given me my frustrations. Did the government did right by me? Heck no. And looking at the future in 2022, I don't even know. My best thing to tell you have got there's a if you go to the YouTube Project Open Mic on YouTube, there's a playlist called a raw file. You go there, and I'm gonna drop some more stuff in there that needs you guys could be a teachable moment. But you go back there and learn about how taxes and how when people say certain things, they don't really mean it, and you learn how me and the I forgot the guy's name now, which is my fault. How we talked about taxes. It's a really good video. A lot of people did like that. I talked about that.
Gotcha.
So that's one. I want to do more videos like that. I literally have videos that I want to in my mind. Like I want to John Stossel and Mike Rowe, John Stossel and Ron Paul. Like those are two interviews that I want to down listen to and talk to you guys about because Ron Paul more about the government. Also, Mike Rowe's more about the government too, but he's talking about the culture and also about the work ethic. Says we have lost our work ethic in the last 30 years. People want quick rich schemes now. People want to say that. Yeah, I remember a person said, "Oh yeah, but we're making more money now." Yes, but it's quick money. It's not money. Most of these people who have the quick money. Some are investing in. Give a shout out to all the young billionaires who gain their money and investing in doing the right thing. Like Graham. Graham is a good example of that. He started selling one house, flipping to a house, and he's a millionaire. But he is not. He used, like I said, I still love the joke when he said I gave my girlfriend at that time. I don't think they're married yet, but he gave his fiance 100 grand, and she had to open up the envelope, and it was like, oh my god, he gave 100 grand, which was basically you open up the envelope, it was a 100 grand chocolate bar.
Oh wow, how romantic.
But no, she loved it. Because she know how his mind is.
Thinks.
So she was just playing it up, hammering it up just as much as well. So,
I don't eat 100 grand, by the way. But keep going.
Huh?
I don't eat 100 grams, by the way.
I got you. You're a snicker. But my point of saying like that, there'll be more of that. I don't want to just be harping on stuff. Again, Project Overnight is a topical. Side chat on the Fridays is more kind of like this, where we just talking freelance our thought. And again, Straight No Chasers is me just looking at a video and reacting. It's basically, let's put it, it's a reacting Straight No Chasers, where we take something and try to make a teachable moment or learn stuff from it for men or women. Now, I will say this again, I cater more to the male because there are not many outlets for the guys. But I'm just saying that for the sake of doing this show. But having Asa and hopefully Doc Kendrick's wife to join in to give some female perspective and help out in many ways. So for me, it's just this year has, like I said, doing this show, working like crazy. Hopefully next year it's not gonna it turns some benefits out of it, doing some stuff. Like I said, me and her journey has been, like I said, she got a new house, met her, have a conversation, know what's going on in the relationship. What she went through. I mean, it was funny too because the week before, was it a week when I did my surgery on my mouth?
Yes.
So she took care of me the week before, and then I took care of her.
Yeah, they were literally a week apart.
Yeah, so and I took care of her when she went for her surgery.
Yeah.
So this is how we're reciprocating our relationship, our love, or just showing, as the old sayings go, we're showing out to each other that we're showing up, and we're showing out that, hey, I'm here for the long haul.
Right.
So that's what we're doing. You might catch a new video and stuff like that because we're gonna be we traveled for the first time. I travel a lot, of course. Sadly enough, I had a video and we lost it. That's my fault. I have a couple videos in a way, but it's not editors friendly. It's just like if I just run a video rock, I can't make it look nice. It was just when we did a walk around when it was in Texas.
Yeah.
So it's not that. I have some drone shots. I could do stuff, and maybe, but we'll see. But hopefully, she has traveled to Japan, so she has traveled, but she has not traveled a lot. So
no, I am still very green in the traveling department.
Yes. So for me, I'm gonna give her taste and her dip her foot or whatever. Like she could tell you her Christmas gift she enjoys.
Yes, my literal Christmas gift was a very, very posh, nice luggage set. And why was it a luggage set? Because I am being treated to St. Thomas, one of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yes. And hopefully everything goes well, that we record video and add it to T3 Life.
You tell them why we're going to this particular island?
Oh, that's my second home. They know.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
okay.
well, no, you're right. They don't know. A lot of the Facebook would know, teeth, and of course, Temporary FM would know because again, you guys helped us out when we had a hurricane in 2017 to raise $1 million. I cannot thank you guys again, even though
Yes.
it's 5 years apart.
Right.
That still
That's
that
a
still made
huge blessing.
yes, that was something that for me. So we're gonna bring stuff like that for that for that situation, and that's basically how we're gonna start off 2021. I mean 22. Sorry, 2022, and I'm hoping for the best for 2020. Family,
Well,
our
I
relationship.
mean, I feel like having a trip planned to St. Thomas. Hopefully, that will set the tone.
Yes,
For a good year,
but hopefully
a good kickoff.
Yeah, we.
I'm going to meet his mama, by the way. He left that part out.
But yes, well, knock on wood and everything. Hope that with all the stupid stuff that's going on right now, it does a crossover with that in that regard. But yeah, I mean, what are you looking for other than the trip? What are you looking for 2022?
Other than the trip, because that's
Yes,
a
I
big,
said
that's
other
a
than the
big,
trip. Yes, I know that's a big one.
that's a big thing to compare it to. You know how? I mean, I just to get to that water, it's like
yes,
okay.
yes. So we'll take a picture when she goes to the water.
What am I looking forward to? I mean, just quite honestly, just our future. I feel like that is heading in a very positive direction for the both of us. I'm looking forward to this channel. You know, just everything that you laid out. You know, in tonight's video. I'm looking forward to seeing that flourish and come to pass in 2022 as well.
Okay. And again, so like I said, guys, there's not gonna be a side chat tomorrow. It's New Year's Eve. Again, we say go out there and be safe. I mean, just reading a couple of comments, and here is Evian Costera from Portugal. Congratulations to you both. Hope you all have a happy and successful New Year in the time of COVID.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You have to make the best with what you have.
Yeah. Miko Nashiro from Japan. Wow. I love that. I love what this channel has become. It's been around for the last 2 years. I'm happy to see that your videos are helping other people around there. Congrats. And I hope you guys have a great 2022. All the best.
All the best to you. Thank you.
Basically, a lot of people saying, have a great new year. Yes, have a great new year. Have a great new year. See here, anyway, most people just, like I say, congrats on the channel. I've been a subscriber for a while now. Love the stuff that you've been putting out. That is Joy Rook from New York. Thank you, Joy.
Awesome.
Yes, it's just I like the first one. They say happy COVID. Joseph Varo from Poland. Cheers to an amazing 2021. Your passion for what you do and evident that your videos have helped other people and even me. Wish you all the best in 2022 and a prosperous relationship between you both. Looking forward to see more creative directive in front of the camera next year. All right. Yes. Well, hope she comes more of that. Hopefully she will be more comfortable in future videos. I love to see couples do videos. It just feels nice. Aww. Until next time, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Joseph. New Year. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, it is seriously. I got many more. We got basically, like I said, 21,155 people watching. Again, yes, thank you guys for everything that you have done. Ron Frisbee from Florida, you've done a great, amazing job with the channel. Hope you guys have a happy New Year, an amazing year. Thank you for sharing all the videos you have done this year so far. That is Becky Korimbu from Egypt. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing the name right.
Hello from Egypt.
2022. Looking forward to see more amazing content from this podcast. Can't wait. That is something that, like I said, congrats on you both. Hope that you have hope you're blessed in your travels.
Yes.
That is from Steve um, Venarat Venatric Venarc. Again, if I pronounce your names wrong, I deeply
Yes.
apologize. But some of these names are that. But yeah, thank you very much. Benjamin Kahn, wow, from California, basically from San Francisco, California. Congratulations, you guys. Wish you both grow old, travel as much as you can, and explore the world to the full wonders together.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Kenneth Williams from DC. Congratulations congratulations you two. Keep putting out great content, and I love to see the travel vlogs. And we're working on that.
Yes.
We will be working on that. We're working on that. Cheryl L from New York. Congratulations for the both of you, and I hope you have a fun traveling traveling along with each other. For the best, love y'all videos. Again, I'm happy.
Yes.
I am very happy, ma'am. So, Gabriel Tolares from Portugal. Hope you guys have a great year, and thanks, and bring us along on your travels.
All right.
So, really, like I said, T3 Life. Hopefully, we get it up, and you guys can see all many
Yes.
things up there. So, I want to thank you guys up there for that. So, I didn't want to make this a long show, but I just want to just talk about that. Like I said, for me, I'm looking forward to my future relationship with Asa, of course, and y'all go through that. I will, of course, my grandmother's 94. I want her to see many more years. Best again, her grandfather just turned 80.
Yes.
Yesterday, right?
Yesterday. That's
Yeah.
correct.
So we want them to have prosperous lives, and of course, still partake a lot of this stuff down to us. For me, like I said, it's been a crazy year. It's been work. Have I been super consistent? No, but I'm gonna try to work on that as best as I can. As you said, I'm a one-man show. Hopefully, I could give she could give me a little help in the future, and we could get this thing rolling more nice and smoothly and everything. But I have to teach her that. But with that said, like, anything else you want to say before we leave there?
I just want to say to everyone listening, thank you all for your support and your views. And just everyone take the time, and I know it's just kind of cliche, but really just take the time to think about your 2021 and all the things that you want to cherish and hold on to into 2022. And you know, on this show we definitely talk a lot about topics that are deep and real, but I think 2022 should be about focusing on the things that we can change and really honing in on the goals and the outcomes that we're wanting to meet in 2022. You know, focus on the things that we have the power over and just holding near and dear the ones that we cherish and love the most.
Yeah. For me, yeah. I wish my best to you guys out there. Remember, I want to thank you because it's not easy giving me your time, because that's the hardest thing you can never get back. But giving me your eyes, your ears, your time, your mind to think about what I'm saying to help you in the future. Of course, in 2022, I'm gonna try my best to focus on more trying to teach and stuff. Project Work still will be topical, so I gotta say that for people to understand. But I still want to teach you like, okay, getting your first house, when you got to do certain stuff, how to do financial moving around again. I am not a financial planner, I'm not whatever, but I have been super lucky and blessed to know how to budget and do stuff, and that's what I want to talk about as well too. Not just for black people, just for anybody who takes it, because a lot of the people who watch me are not really black people. Really, it's mostly a lot of Europeans or stuff like that. So hey, anything out there that could help the channel, again, remember, you go to Project Open Mic on YouTube, subscribe, share, like, help us out with algorithm. Tempo FM, you do the exact same. Twitch, you could do the exact same thing on Twitch. Sign up there. Locals, hopefully I can get Rumble to work right, and we'll keep on expanding and do things. But deeply from my heart, and everybody else who normally would not be here, like Trip, Double A, Ken, Tessa, Kenoshi Bamanito, like those guys, TV, Andre, and the Shepherd, like those guys who, you know, we like from our hearts again. Thank you guys for giving us the time that you guys avail to us. So I want you to have a safe and prosperous new year. Don't get crazy tomorrow. Don't be kissing on somebody who ain't your woman or your man now. Don't start no troubles. That can start troubles, but don't do that. And don't be careful that people say, well, you're scared COVID. But remember, all right, good, just as good, but evil come in all shapes, colors, size, creed, height, gender, sex, nationality. Evil's evil. And remember in regard, all right, people are stupid, individuals are smart. Be that smart individual. This is your boy Tig and Asa signing out. Again, Happy New Year to all y'all.
Happy New Year.
And join us in our journey in 2022. All right? Peace out.